Welcome to the Parenting Lab podcast. I'm your parent coach, Brittany, and I am here to guide you into the calm, clarity, and connection you're looking for as you transform your parenting from the inside out. Let's get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Parenting Lab. I'm your parent coach, Brittany, and I'm so excited to be sharing this space with you. As we begin this podcast, I just want to share with you a little bit about my background and why it is that I'm so committed to helping parents transform their parenting and just helping them to become the parent that they've always wanted to be. Just as a background, my education and training is in marriage and family studies with an emphasis in parenting and child development. I've been an early childhood educator for over 13 years, and I'm also a master certified parent coach through the Jai Institute for Parenting. I really truly feel like it's my life's purpose and calling to work with families. I've had the opportunity to coach parents and guide them through life-changing transformations, change their perspectives, heal wounds from their past, connect their minds and bodies, and really help them understand why it is that we parent the way that we do. In this podcast, I'm hoping to take you on that journey as well. I also sell online courses and workbooks that really dig into the concepts we're going to talk about here. So visit theparentinglab.org to register for any of those classes that speak to your mind and heart, just wherever you're at in your parenting experience. Just to be upfront, right from the beginning, I want you to know that I am a big believer in energy work and archetypes and personality types. I have a deep sense of spirituality, both in a religious sense and also in a sense of human connection with nature and mindfulness and energy work and shadow work, parts work and psychodynamics. So you'll hear me often refer to archetypes, which is something I lean into quite a bit. I am a sage, and because of that, I'm all about deep, soul-to-soul connection, wisdom and authenticity, and this constant seeking of understanding and perspective, so that you can just really expect to see and come to know those parts of me as we learn here together. It's not going to be enough for me just to talk at you. I want our time here to be spent in reflection and application, and hopefully a deepening of understanding, a deep shift in perspective. I want this to be a space where we can address what's confronting us in our parenting and hopefully process and move through the things that are really holding us back from being the person and ultimately the parent that we want to be. I say we because I am also a parent. I have two pretty much grown kids. My son is 20 and my daughter's almost 18. So I am definitely on this journey with you. To be honest, I actually didn't feel pulled to this work until my kids were teenagers already. So for the better part of their childhoods, I was parenting from a place of wounding, a place of trauma, a place of constant triggers and dysregulation. I wasn't a big yeller, which I came later to understand was part of my attachment style. But I did find myself withdrawing from their emotional needs because oftentimes it was just too much for me to handle. As they got older, their challenges felt really so personal. And more than ever, I found myself unable to show up for them in the ways that they needed me the most. It was at that point, when the relationship I had with them was really on the line, that I knew I had some work to do. So after a few years of schooling, learning, and educating myself, I started to put into practice the principles that I now use to coach others. It was a slow process, one that we are still working through, even as my kids are now young adults. But the difference in the relationship I have with my kids is night and day. None of that would be possible, though, if I wasn't also doing the important work of healing my inner wounds and traumas. And that's what this is really about. It's looking into the past to heal the present, and then moving toward a future of calm and clarity and connection. During our time together in this podcast, you will hear a lot about my personal journey and my experiences as I'm implementing these principles of empowered parenting, conscious, intentional parenting, however you want to label it. It's kind of all of those things. But I hope that you will benefit from this space as much as if I was working with you one-on-one in a coaching setting. So, at this point, you might be asking what exactly a parent coach is, which is a great question, and honestly, one that I get asked all the time. When people ask me what I do and I tell them, I have to explain it. So to answer that, I just want to share with you a little analogy, so stick with me for this one. Let's say that you're an athlete. Maybe you are an athlete, so that might not be a stretch. But let's just say you're an athlete, and in the course of your training, you break your leg. Because of this injury, you seek the treatment of a trained professional, right? You go to the doctor. They have the training and the knowledge and the facilities and the expertise to set your leg and cast it so that it can heal and you can get back to your life. When your leg is healed, you no longer need the oversight of the doctor. At this point, you need a coach. See where I'm going here? Whether it's like a tennis coach or a football coach or even a personal trainer, their job is now to give you a training program that accounts for that past injury, but is focused on the future goal of getting you back on the field or on the court. So they're there to offer you motivation and support and offer strategies and exercises and maybe even a playbook that will strengthen the injured part of you without re-breaking it. Okay? So healed injuries still hurt sometimes. I want you to really think about that. Even healed injuries hurt. Okay? A broken bone aches, cuts leave scars, certain movements agitate or cause acute pain. Emotional wounds are no different. Whether it's something that happened in your childhood, in your relationship with your parents or siblings or someone at school or church, whatever it was, or maybe it happened later on in a romantic relationship or in a work environment, certain stressors can bring that pain right back up to the surface. Physically, when this happens, we know exactly what to do. We stretch our muscles, we get some exercise, we rub some cream on it, whatever that is. But when emotional pain resurfaces, we kind of struggle with knowing how exactly to cope with that. So in parenting, for example, maybe we yell, maybe we withdraw, maybe we threaten or punish our kids. Does any of that sound familiar? To me, it just hits right home. So sometimes we don't really even know the source of the pain. It's just generalized and kind of hurts everywhere, and that's okay. As a parent coach, I get to help you focus on future goals and performance and conditioning your mind and your body to acknowledge the wound, the hurt, right? But also the healing that has happened and the residual pain that sometimes comes up. And then we move forward. And that is the difference between therapy and coaching. As a coach, my job is not to dwell in past trauma. It's to guide you into a future of emotional resilience, body awareness, nervous system regulation, all while offering these practical tools that will change not only the relationship you have with your partner and your kids, maybe even your parents, but have a fundamentally different relationship with yourself. Okay? So if you have in your history patterns of abuse, severe relational or physical or psychological trauma, if you're dealing with clinical mental health diagnoses, of course, I'm always going to recommend that you seek help from a licensed therapist. That is a boundary that I do not cross, both ethically and practically. I am very good at driving in my lane, okay? And your mental and emotional health are not something that I will ever take lightly. So just keep that in mind. If you are in a place where you recognize that you have wounds in your past, but you are ready to focus on your future, then this is the right space for you. This is also the right space for you if maybe you're feeling stuck in the same parenting struggles over and over again. Or maybe your home feels chaotic and out of control. Maybe you're overwhelmed by stress and anger and worry. Maybe you have a lot of anxiety in your parenting. Maybe you feel isolated and unheard. Maybe you feel just like alone, that you don't have the village that you're looking for. Maybe you're unsure of where to turn to for that guidance and support that you desperately need. This is especially important when our kids are little. As an early childhood teacher, I teach preschool, and I see so many moms that are just clinging to connection with other moms that are going through what they're going through. But there's a ton of resources for moms of that age. Where I find that there's so much isolation is in parents of older kids and teenagers and even young adults. So hopefully you can find the guidance and support here. Maybe you've read countless parenting books and Instagram profiles and YouTube videos and all the things, but the advice either fades quickly or it's not something that's sustainable for you. Or maybe you try it for a while, but it's not making a difference and you have a hard time getting any traction and getting those things to stick. Maybe you're realizing that the way that you were raised and the parenting in the way that your parents did isn't working with your family that you're raising, and you're ready to learn some new and more effective approaches. Maybe you and your partner aren't on the same page and you want to get more aligned and have a more unified parenting strategy. I work with a lot of couples that are dealing with these struggles. Maybe you're truly just ready to do the work that's necessary to build a healthy and more fulfilling relationship with your kids and just reconnect or find for the first time the joy in parenting that you're missing. If you feel like any of that resonates with you, then I hope that you'll join me on this journey of transformational parenting and personal development. My purpose here is to offer you tools and inspiration and hopefully a lot of new perspectives and new ways of looking at things that will change you from the inside out. You will often hear me say that you are not broken and your parenting is not broken. Your kids are not broken. You don't need to be fixed. I am not here to fix you. We are here to support each other in changing our own little worlds where we are raising these beautiful children who are going to grow up to be secure and resilient and emotionally intelligent human beings. So, with that, I want to thank you for being here for this first episode of the Parenting Lab podcast. I hope you will join me again next week as we explore this art and science of parenting and put your parenting to the test in the Parenting Lab. See you next time. Thank you for listening to the Parenting Lab podcast. For our complete catalog of online courses, free resources, or to join our mailing list, please visit theparentinglab.org. See you next time.